Once again, good morning everybody. Good morning. Do you hear me? Please open your cameras for our picture taking. Please open your cameras for our picture taking before we start our class. Hello everybody. Please open your cameras for our picture taking. Yung iba, hindi pa naka-open yung camera. Ano bang ginagawa? I-open na yung camera. Saglit lang. Look at your camera. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Smile. Thank you. So today is our first lesson for midterm, okay? So our first topic is about evaluating the text and the culture itself. How does it affects the text to culture and culture to text? At the same time, the people behind. What are the things that we need to remember in terms of the language, in terms of the communication of between between same country but different interpretation. Okay, so let us listen to this video as we proceed to the lesson. Thank you.
The following topics. We have your definition of linguistic landscape, kinds of signs, evaluating messages reflecting different cultures. So before we start, let's just have a short review of our discussion last week, wherein we focus now on the definitions of your text, your cultural text, and your different kinds of text. So when we talk about text, this does not only focus now on your written aspects or your written languages, it also comes now in different forms such as your actions, your behavior, an object, an artifact, or even now your films, as long as now this text conveys what we call meanings. But when we talk about your cultural text, this is now in relation to your cultures. The different types of text now are the different types of languages that we use now, or the different types of behaviors that we do to reflect now our culture. Okay, and the different types of text we have now again four, which is your informative, instructive, descriptive, and what's that? Descriptive, informative, and persuasive. Sorry. So again, we have your persuasive, instructive, we have your informative, and descriptive. Okay, so let's now focus on this week's discussion. So we have now what we call your evaluating messages reflecting different cultures. So what we see here in front are images now that are another example of what we call text. So how does it reflect now or is different now from each other's culture? Do take note that when we focus now on signages, like what we see here in front, we have different signages. So these signages now will also vary or differ depending now on the community, depending on the area you are in, or depending on the culture that they are following. Let's look at your road signs and traffic signs, for example. There will be certain traffic signs or traffic signals or road signs now that will be used now in our country, but you will not see it in any other country. There will also be some road signs that you will see now when you go, for example, to another country, and it will be different now in our country. There will also be possibilities wherein they will have two the same traffic signs or road signs but will be presented differently. Their no parking sign will be presented differently now, wherein it will also be presented differently in our culture. This is in relation now to the policies, to the guidelines, to the rules, to the culture now that they follow in creating this type of images or signs. Okay? When we talk about this one, we will be focusing now on what we call your linguistic landscape. So when we talk about linguistic landscape class, by definition, these are the displayed message in a particular space, billboards and advertisements and other signs. So if we focus on these kinds of things, when we talk about linguistic landscape, these are actually text in a form of image, okay, wherein these are actually found on particular spaces or places. So when we talk about particular space or places, there are certain places now or spaces wherein these messages or these linguistic landscapes are being displayed. Some linguistic landscape may be displayed now in one specific area or particular place only, but will not be displayed in another area. So depending now on the community or the space now where it is posted, the linguistic landscape will also vary. One good examples are your linguistic landscape posted in your hospital. So for example, we have your emergency room, operating room. Those are examples of your linguistic landscapes. But you cannot find that now when you go to another area or space that is not related to that particular space. So when you go to a shop or to the mall, you will not see their emergency room. You will not see their operating room. Okay, so as I've said, these linguistic landscapes now will have now particular spaces or particular places now wherein it will be displayed. These are not just randomly posted anywhere. There are specific now reasons behind why these signs are created and whether it meets now or we are able now to meet the audience or to interact with the audience properly using these displayed messages. And if we are dealing now with this linguistic landscape, we also need to focus now on your different kinds of signs. So when we talk about your different kinds and signages, as what we've said a while ago, there are particular spaces or places now where these types of messages or where these signs and signages now are being posted. So for you to be able now to identify whether that sign now is posted appropriately in that area, you need to identify first what kind of sign is it. And we have three now kinds of signs. Where we have the first one, which is your regulatory sign. When we talk about regulatory signs, from the word regulatory, these are signs that has now regulations or things now that needs to be followed. So these are now instructional signs or these are informative signs that are directed now to different kinds of people or to everyone now who will be involved now or will fit now the signages or the signs that they need now to follow now these kinds of regulations. These regulatory signs now are posted in areas or specific areas that matches its regulation. So if you are talking about an area wherein it deals with vehicles, wherein it deals with traffics in your road, different road signages, of course, whatever signages or regulatory you will see now around that area should revolve around your road and traffic signs. When you go, for example, to a hazardous area, like for example, a construction site, there are specific now regulatory signs that will be posted also in that area that needs to be followed. Like for example, always wear your hard hat. Do not enter these places. You are not allowed to stay in these kinds of places or this area. Those are your regulatory signs. And regulatory signs now are provided now for us to be followed and at the same time to ensure what we call safety. So to ensure safety now, regulatory signs are mainly used so that to ensure now that the safety of the public are considered or prioritized. One good example of your regulatory sign is your speed limit. So when we say speed limit now, it would mean that in this specific highway or in this specific area where you are traveling now or passing by, for example, you are not supposed to go beyond now your 75 kilometers per hour limit. If in case you exceeded now the speed limit, what will happen now is that it will follow consequences. What are these consequences? It will be possible that a police officer now, okay, will go to you and inform you that you were not following your speed limit. You can also cause accidents if you are speeding or you're over speeding. So those are the main purpose of your regulatory sign. Regulatory signs class are signs that needs what we call authority approval. So when we say authority approval, it needs to be approved by a certain person or a certain someone now who is involved in creating those signs before it is posted. You cannot just simply post now any signs anywhere or any regulatory signs anywhere. It needs to have now an approval of your or the person now who needs to approve these regulatory signs. So if you are posting now signages or signs about road signs or traffic signs, of course, the regulatory board or the person now who will approve these kinds of signages should be also the one involved with highways. If you want to have now signages approved in the hospital, the person now in charge will be the main person in the hospital. So before these signs are or signages are posted, they need to be approved. It cannot just be posted anywhere. It cannot just be posted without consent or without approval. There needs to be a bigger person now approving these signs before it is posted. And they also need to make sure now that before it is approved, is that wherever they'll be placing the sign, it matches now the need of the area. So you cannot, for example, place a no parking sign in an area wherein it's not really applicable for parking. You cannot also place now a speed limit in an area wherein car doesn't passes through. So we need to also consider those kinds of things every time we talk about your regulatory signs. So anything that involves now informative signs, instructive signs, or something that we need to follow now, those are what we call your regulatory signs. Next, we also have what we call your commercial sign. When we talk about commercial signs, these are very popular now in promotion of or in promoting now certain products. Okay, when we are promoting now certain products that we want to buy, to sell, or certain items now that we want to for others now to see or to expose it now to other people, we use what we call commercial signs. There are actually three examples of commercial signs. The very first one is the logo. Okay, or the statement logo now of your establishment. There are specific logos now for specific establishments, and it's very rare now to have a logo that is similar with one another. Okay, because this type of commercial signs are actually or has now what we call copyright. So when we say copyright, it cannot be used now by another establishment that is not under their wing. So it can, for example, McDo cannot be used by Jollibee unless Jollibee owns McDo. Okay, or unless now it is a mixed property or a joint property. So those are the kinds of things that they need to check. So for your commercial signs in terms of your logo, in some areas now or in some places or some of us now, even if we don't actually see already the name McDo, Jollibee, Nike, this or your Adidas, if we just simply see their logo, since we are familiar or these are popular commercial signs, we can easily actually name these brands without seeing their names. That's the main purpose of your logo now for your commercial signs. It's to easily now or for them now to easily be recognized without actually the need already of writing the name. So that's one way now of promoting their product by creating now their own unique logo or statement symbols. Next, we also have your red and white sale. So this is very popular when you go to shops, when you go now to the to malls. You see now a lot of sale. So when we say sale, of course, they will mean that the prices are lower, the products are cheaper. So those are another forms of commercial sign. They are promoting now that the product they are selling is cheaper compared now to other products, or the prices now that they are the objects now or the product that they are selling, the prices now went low or it dropped. So most of the time we see sale now if the company or the institution knows that the increase now of buyers are good. So when do we usually have increase in buyers? If it's payday, if it's the holiday. Those are usually the times wherein there is an increase now or there's a the increase in the commercial signs of the sale product. And lastly, we also have what we call your e-commercial signs. When we talk about e-commercial signs, these are commercial signs that we usually see online, or these are applications. These are your online shopping malls wherein they use now e-vouchers to promote their product. Usually now we see commercial signs when we watch certain clips in YouTube, when we watch now certain clips in Facebook, there will be tendencies wherein an ad will usually pop. Okay? Whether that ad contains now an advertisement of a specific product, whether it's promoting now a specific application or game that they want you to download, or they're simply now giving you a discount to buy this certain product. So those are your e-commercial signs. These commercial signs are usually seen now in your online platform. But for these three types of commercial signs or three examples of commercial signs, the main idea or the main purposes of these signs is just to simply give promotion or endorse now certain products or items, certain applications, or certain games. So those are your commercial signs. The approval now for your commercial signs will be now based on the person now in charge of that application or the one in charge of that certain establishment or franchise. Unlike your regulatory, wherein there's a bigger person now or someone who is in authority to approve now your regulatory signs before it is posted. For commercial signs, it's purely business. So when we say purely business, whoever are the people now dealing or whoever are involved in that business or whoever is the creator of the business, he or she or they are the one responsible now in creating and posting the commercial sign. And lastly, we have what we call your transgressive sign. So transgressive signs are very, very popular. Okay? Popular not because they are used now in the appropriate way or in the right way, but rather because we see them a lot. Okay? Transgressive signs are the kinds of signages that doesn't actually convey now messages. It does not follow now any procedures. It does not follow any approval from any authority. They just simply post now these kinds of signs. And one good examples of these transgressive signs are your vandalisms. So vandalisms now does not require any authority for you to create the vandalism or to create that sign. Therefore, they consider transgressive signs as illegal. Okay, so most of the time we see a lot of vandalisms, we see a lot of graffiti arts or graffiti writings now, wherein if it was not approved by anyone now or no person gave now a consent for you to create those kinds of art or to create those kinds of vandalism on one specific area, those are called your transgressive signs. It does not have any consent. It does not have any approval from any authority. Therefore, it's illegal. And since it's illegal now, anyone now can erase or remove those signs without asking again the consent of the creator of that signages. So if you see, for example, a very good wall art, okay, but no approval was made now in creating that wall art, and one person decided to erase it, one person decided to remove it, he or she will not be held liable now because that art itself was not approved. Okay, so if you see now wall arts usually, especially if there are activities now that involves wall art, those actually have what we call approvals. Okay, it may be approved by the city or a certain company now for them to create those art. But if there's no approval, you just randomly wrote something now anywhere in any wall and you wrote something there or vandalized something there, those are called your transgressive signs. Okay, so once again, we have your three kinds of signs, which are your transgressive, followed by your commercial and regulatory. Okay. In dealing with these kinds of images now, as what we've said, we need to learn how to evaluate your image. In evaluating this image, we need to identify now whether those image now matches the needs and matches now the purpose of the image. Every time that there are signages that are created, there are things now that they consider in order to create those kinds of signages. One popular signages that we usually see is your mail signages. So these are usually signages or signs now that are used now in your bathroom or in your public toilet to give now information or direction where a person now needs to go or where a male person needs to go in case he needs to use the toilet or the washroom. But in order now for this image to be used before it was used or distributed, there are now analyses that were created. There are evaluation or evaluative process that were created to create now or to make sure that these images now are really able now to convey the message of whoever created that image. And in doing that, we follow now four procedures because the fifth one is simply the on the creativity side. We ask now or we have questions now or categories that we need to consider in evaluating these kinds of messages or images. And the first one is, what is the message? So if you see certain signages or certain images, you need to make sure, or whoever is as the creator now of the image, we need to make sure now that whoever is looking at that image, they'll be able now to understand the message of the image. Next, what is now the purpose? So when we say what's the purpose, what's the reason behind you creating that image? What is the main reason now why you created that image? Next, we also have now what we call your how is the message in the image conveyed. So when we talk about how is the message in the image conveyed, so what are the things now that were used to create the image? What were the words that were used? What were the images now used in to depict now the image? And lastly, we have your target audience. So when we talk about target audience, who are the people now or to whom are these images directed to? Are they only for the males? Are they only for the females? Are they for everyone? Are they for the people now who uses these kinds of things? Those are your target audience. Take note that when we talk about target audience, whoever now is your target, they need to be the one to be able now to have now or to understand now the message being conveyed in your image. And when we talk about number 5, this actually pertains only to your creativity side, wherein we have now different ways or we can think now of different ways on how we can convey or how we can create now or present these images or text. So let's go first now with your number 1. So let's focus on your mail sign or signage. So number 1 says, what is the message of the image? So looking at the image presented here now, we can actually say that the message of the image is that this area or this specific place is for male only, or this is a male only space. So that is the message now being shown in your image. That when you see it, it means or it would mean or it should mean now that this area is only for male, or this area is to only be used by male or by a male. Next, we have number 2. What is the purpose of the image? The main purpose of the image is to give information. Information on what? Informing you that before you enter this area or this specific place, that this area is only for male. We are informing you that this is strictly an area for male. or this restroom or this toilet is to be only used by male. So that is now the main purpose of your image, which is to give what we call information. Next, we have how is the message in the image conveyed. So what were the things used now in creating this image? So they only have actually two, which is the icon now for your male and the word male. Okay, most of the time, some people just simply now use the icon of male. But to put more emphasis now, okay, to put more specifics in the image, they wrote the word male. So that is now how they were able to convey the message in that image. So who is the target audience? We are not only pertaining to the male, but we are also pertaining now to everyone. So whoever now passes through this certain space or area and they see the word male, they will know now that that area is only for the male. So those are your target audience. Because all people use the washroom or the toilet or your bathroom or your restroom. All people use them, but there are specific places for them to use. Therefore, the audience now goes to everyone. And what are the other ways of presenting now the text? What can you do now to present better the text? You can add more details, you can add more icons, or you can be more specific saying this is only for male or this area is only intended for males. So those are the other ways that we can use now to present the text. Or you can just simply now remove the word male and just use the male icon or remove the male icon on just write the word male. So it will always depend on you, depending on the culture that you have in creating now the image or the signages. So that is where your creativity now in presenting the text will come in. Okay, so once again, in evaluating now and analyzing your images, we have four things that we need to consider. We have what the message or what is the message now, followed by identifying the purpose of the image, thinking ways on how to present now or convey the image, and lastly, who will be your target audience. So those are your classifications now on what we need to know in analyzing or evaluating your images. Let's use now another example. So let's try to evaluate now the meaning of the following sign or signages. So do take note that if you look now at the signs, there are three different signs. Okay? But their main idea or their main message now that they want to convey will be similar with one another. Though it was presented differently, the main idea is the same, which is no parking. How was it different with one another? The way it was presented was different, and the icons now or the images that were used is also different. So if you look at the first image now, besides from using the word no parking, they included now an image of the vehicle and the no sign. In the other example, there's a two-way arrow, meaning this entire space or area is not allowed to be parked. And the other one added now another instruction, which is this is a tow-away zone. So if we look at now the first category, which is identifying the message, what is the main message of these three signages? That is not to park in this area or in this place. Next, what is now the purpose of these signages? Okay, the main reason why we usually see now no parking signs in specific areas is to avoid now, for example, blocking specific areas, traffic. So those are the most common reasons now behind creating no parking signages. Or in case of emergency, your car is not blocking now a main road or main entry. Those are the main reasons why these signages are created, or your no parking signs are created. Okay, next, what are the ways now, or what are the different ways now of these signages in how they present now this signage? The first one, they use a word followed by an icon. The second one, they use now again the same words, added now the word anytime for emphasis. When we say anytime, whether it be morning, afternoon, lunch, dinner, even midnight, regarding of the time, you are not allowed to park, to create more emphasis on the word no parking. And there's a double arrow now used, okay, to signify that this entire lane or area is not for parking. And the last one, they added again, we have your no parking at any time, followed by your consequences of tow away zone. So in case, for example, you left your car here unattended, or you park your car here and just left it in the no parking area zone, there's a possibility that your car now will be taken, or a tow person will come now and get your car. So those are the different ways now on how this sign and signages were presented. So to whom now is this following sign, or are these following signages addressed to? So who are the audience of these signages? Of course, it will not apply to everyone. Why? Because not everyone has, or have now what we call vehicles or cars. So this will only pertain now, or focus now, on the people who actually are using vehicles. So those are your target audience. You cannot use a no parking sign and inform it to someone who is not even driving, who doesn't know how to drive, or someone who doesn't even uses a car. So you cannot implement these kinds of signages to those people who does not apply now to the criteria or to the target persons. So you need to make sure that whoever now is your target, they need to be the one now familiarized, or they need to be the one who knows these signs and signages. Okay, when you are learning, for example, to drive, or to learn now, when you're learning how to drive, these are examples of signages that they are presenting to you. Okay, why? Because these are, or you are the target audience of these signs or signages. Okay, so I believe that's the end now of our lesson.
What are the things that we need to remember in terms of uh, the text and the culture and its meaning? What are the things that we need to remember, di ba, pagka sample? Like for example, nakalagay na nga, bawal tumawid. Pero may maraming makukulit, tumatawid pa din. Di ba? O like for example, another example is outside of WCC. Di ba? Paglabas mo ng campus, stoplight. What are the meaning? What is the meaning of each color? Orange, green, and red. So you must understand that. Di ba? Yung ibang tao, o kahit naman kayo, o kahit naman tayo, kahit na red light, tumatawid. Kaya nagkakaroon ng disgrasya. Binanggit na, bawal tumawid, nakamamatay, tumawid pa din. Ano nangyari? That's why we need to remember to ourselves that there are meanings for each signages. For each signages. And that is how important of we must remember and we must know the meaning of its signages. Because it's for our safety and we must know that this is not the place that we can joke. Kaya kapag, di ba, minsan, or sometimes that if you are talking with the signages, there are some people who is laughing, who is not in good condition. You must remember yourself, no, that this is not a joke, diba? Like we have right now some malls, they have LGBT signages. So we need to respect those because that is the way that we respect them also as part of our society. So in your notebook, get your notebook. Get your notebook in purposive. Quiz number 1, midterm, and then quiz number 1. Copy and answer this one. You can have your screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Na-screenshot na po ba? I hope so. Sumasagot. Yes po. Okay. Tapos, this one. Hanggang 10 yan. Paki-screenshot na. Sasagutan ngayon, bukas, sa face on-site natin. We will gonna answer those. Sige po, sagutan. Thank you very much. And good morning, everyone. Goodbye.